Just when we think that Doctor Who has already hit its low point this season, it just keeps getting worse. And I'm not just talking about the overnight ratings, which fell through the floor once again. We start with Dr. Nasty dropping off her friends in Sheffield again, and we learn that she's incapable of being on her own, kind of like a needy ex-girlfriend, who later accuses you of harassment. Then Dr. Nasty heads off to ancient Syria, where we learn that they're great in the field of mental health care. But oh my, everyone in the hospital is having a crappy day. Microaggressions again, then everybody starts having bad dreams. I guess this show is subconsciously channeling all the former fans of the show formerly known as Doctor Who, now known as shit, and who's at the center of these dreams? Why, it's a creepy old white dude. Well, we'll just refer to him as Finger Dude. Dr. Nasty uses the bastardized TARDIS to perform some sciencey stuff to track down Finger Dude. They find a ship. There's a bunch of detached fingers. They send signals to Earth, or whatever. I'm really past the point of giving a shit. Then Dr. Nasty's friends get captured by Finger Dude. Well, what a pickle, and I still don't care. Then we get a reveal. Finger Dude goes by the name Zelen. He's God. Well then, as we've been saying for the past 2 years, please save us, dear God. Finger God apparently has a friend, and it appears that the show ran out of money as we get the most awkward story time with pictures montage. I mean, it has to be seen to be believed. I guess this is the result of only hiring people based on diversity and equity requirements, rather than intelligence, talent, ambition, ability, and the list goes on. Finger God's friend is called Ryaka, or whatever. I don't care. And they like causing chaos. Well, as long as it's the kind of chaos that adheres to the BBC's diversity and inclusion strategy, one can have the chaos. But the chaos must be directed at, or caused by, the white male. Or, as long as the white male looks stupid, then you're fine. Well, this definitely be chaos, with your license fee dollars anyway, which the BBC are now using to create some short film on Greta Thunberg. I'd like to see your carbon footprint, BBC. What am I saying? We've already had this conversation this season. You just keep being you, BBC. 2020, yo. Anyway, as part of Finger Dude's keep my friends sane so it doesn't kill everything plot, don't ask. Chibs and friends don't understand it either. It sends nightmares to people. Yes, this episode rips off Amy's Choice, Vincent and the Doctor, more on that shortly, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. But not the good Nightmare on Elm Street. Hell, I'd even take that terrible 2010 remake over Dr. Nasty. Then some bullshit happens and Dr. Nasty saves the day. But honestly, nobody really cares. Now let's go to the major problem with this episode. As I said, remember Vincent and the Doctor? That episode from Stephen Moffat and Matt Smith's first series that was meant to highlight mental health issues. And in the process, gave us one of the best episodes of New Who. Well, this pile of ass is pretty much the opposite of that. This seems to be Chibs the Idiot's attempt to highlight mental health issues, and oh my god does it fail miserably. In fact, it failed so miserably that the BBC has been inundated with complaints. Of course, we have the nightmares at the beginning. I don't know if Chibs was trying to be clever, but let's be honest, he probably was. But he sucks at being clever just like he sucks at everything else. Nightmares are bad, yo. Yes, Chibs, we know. Then Chibs decides to prioritize mental health issues, at least as he and the BBC sees them, and Jesus Christ. First, we learn that Yaz got bullied when she was younger. So let me get this straight. The most traumatic thing that's happened to this diversity hire was that she was bullied at some point. Jesus, man, no wonder these people are so weak. Good lord! What happens to them when the world finally hits them in the ass? Oh, it's gonna be joyous! And of course, it was another diversity cop that inspired Yaz to become a diversity cop in the first place, when she was sad because people were being mean to her. Kind of like when she complained that criminals were mean to her in Rosa. Then Yaz goes to see her inspiration, and I find myself wondering if she's going to bring up the fact that she never actually turns up to work. This is 2020. Such questions are considered harassment. Then the show becomes completely reprehensible. Again, we learn that Graham is worried that his cancer is coming back, and he decides to confide in Dr. Nasty. This miserable cow just sits there looking annoyed and says, I should say a reassuring thing now, shouldn't I? Graham says, yeah, probably, which is what anybody watching with even a modicum of empathy was also thinking. Dr. Nasty responds with, I'm still quite socially awkward, so I'm just going to subtly walk towards the console and look at something, and then in a minute, I'll think of something that I should have said that might have been helpful. Then Graham laughs awkwardly and says, I'm glad we had this chat, eh? What the hell? Other versions of the Doctor were socially awkward, and none of them were this cold to a companion who was worried that he might die while you've been traveling with him for over a year. Apparently, this horrid woman, who's, quote, socially awkward, doesn't have any problems telling off straight white dudes at every opportunity, but when one of them actually needs her help, this is how she responds. So people were mean to Yaz when she was younger, and Graham is worried he's going to die. One of these things is not like the other. I'll let you all figure it out and speculate as to the reasons why. But keep in mind, this is the modern BBC. That's all for today, and fuck this show. Don't forget to subscribe and check your subscription and notification status because YouTube is being shady on these things lately, and follow me on Twitter. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching and have a great day.